Imagine being plunged into darkness, with only the eerie silence of the night to keep you company. What if that darkness wasn't empty? It was a stormy night when the power went out in Emily's neighborhood. She had always been afraid of the dark, but tonight felt different. The rain pounded against the windows, and the wind howled like a distant scream. Emily lit a few candles, their flickering flames casting long dancing shadows on the walls. Emily tried to distract herself with a book, but the words blurred together as her mind wandered. She couldn't shake the feeling that she wasn't alone. The house creaked and groaned, each sound amplified by the oppressive darkness. She glanced at the clock, 11:47 p.m. The power had been out for nearly an hour, and there was no sign of it coming back. Suddenly, she heard a faint tapping sound, like fingernails on glass. Her heart skipped a beat. She strained to listen, but the sound stopped. She shook her head, convincing herself it was just the wind, but then it came again, louder this time. Tap, tap, tap. Emily's pulse quickened as she realized the sound was coming from the window behind her. She turned slowly, the candlelight casting eerie shadows across her face. The window was dark, the rain streaming down in torrents. She took a deep breath and approached it, her footsteps echoing in the silent house. As she reached the window, the tapping stopped. She peered outside, but saw nothing but darkness. Relief washed over her, but it was short-lived. Emily turned back to the room, and her breath caught in her throat. The candles had gone out, plunging the room into complete darkness. She fumbled for her phone, using its weak light to navigate. As she moved, she felt a cold draft, like icy fingers brushing against her skin. She shivered, her fear mounting. Then, she saw a shadowy figure standing in the doorway, barely visible in the dim light. Her phone slipped from her hand, clattering to the floor. The figure didn't move, its presence oppressive and menacing. Emily's mind raced, trying to make sense of what she was seeing. She took a step back, her heart pounding in her chest. The figure stepped forward, and she could see its eyes, cold, empty, and staring right at her. She screamed, the sound echoing through the house, and then, just as suddenly as it had appeared, the figure vanished. The lights flickered back on, and Emily was alone in the room, her heart still racing. Emily never found out what she saw that night, but she knew one thing for sure. She would never forget the terror of that blackout. So, the next time the lights go out, remember, sometimes the darkness isn't empty.